And today, libertarian radio host Neil Bortz came to Kelly's defense saying, Santa is white, deal with it. He added, I'm going to scream and complain because Martin Luther King is always portrayed as black. What's your reaction to that, Zerlina? Well, Santa is whatever you want Santa to be.
That is ridiculous. Santa Claus is not real, okay? If you didn't live in a house that had a chimney, how is Santa going to get to you? My mom explained to me very early on that Santa is not real. I'm the one paying for the presents. It's me. Thank me. So I just think that if it's a fictional character, you should be able to imagine him however you want. That's part of growing up and being creative as a child.
Now, earlier last week, Josh, Kelly tells Jay Leno that she's a straight news anchor. On Friday, she says that she's just joking and not to take her seriously. Where are we with this anchor?
I'm fine to think of her as joking and not take her seriously. That's sort of where I started off at the beginning. Look, she works on Fox News. Of course, she's not a straight journalist. There's no one who does talk on Fox News who's a straight journalist. Frankly, even the supposed straight journalists aren't straight journalists. So, maybe privately she has different views, but. Certainly not what.
Isn't this all a part of the overriding theme that there's a war on Christmas, and this is just another one of those stories that fits right into their agenda?
Yeah, well, it's part of. In this sense, not everybody is Christian in America anymore. Not that there was ever 100% the case, but again, there's. A lot of things are changing in America, and they really are changing. It's not just a fantasy that someone's, or fear someone has. And I think a lot of our politics today is motivated by this sense of, where are the brakes in the car that is America. And you see that kind of tension coming out in these sort of offhanded comments.
I think that the conservative movement is very concerned about change and diversity. And I think to make the blatant statement that Jesus is white just underscores how defensive they can be.
Right.
Zerlina?
Yeah, that, as a daughter of two pastors, and that was really what stood out to me as incorrect. It wasn't the Santa, because Santa's not real, but Jesus is real, and he was not white. There's a debate over what he was and how dark he was, but just historically, first century Jews were not white. So I just think that, most of the time when you're talking about these things, people are uncomfortable when, like Josh said, when, the browning of America and the emerging majority. And I think that they might have to reflect a little bit on why they are uncomfortable, because the root of that, like I said, is a problem, and you just need to really think deeply as to why does it make you uncomfortable that Santa may not be white to every child?
What about that?
I think that really hits it on the head. This is a humorous and offhanded example of something that runs pretty deep through our politics. And again, you see it, this is why immigration reform is held up. This is why you got a lot of paranoia about having a black president.